what they did wrong and show remorse and learn and grow, and then change and become a functional member of society in a positive way. But when someone is just completely unable to feel remorse for what they've done, what do we do? Do you punish someone indefinitely for that if that's not their fault? Do you release them and just try and keep an eye on them and hope they don't reoffend? Lots of lessons to be learned from this. Number one is don't trust Instagram gurus. Sorry if you know some Instagram gurus that you like. Maybe there's a couple of good ones. I'm sure plenty of them are nice and like, you know, there's ones that have genuine skills, like genuine marketing skills that teach you how to be an influencer I still think that's dodgy, but you know, there's people that do things genuinely from a good place that aren't that bad and you can get some useful information out of. But in general, you just don't need them. Seeing that somebody has an amazing life and they take gorgeous photos, that doesn't mean anything. That's completely meaningless. Just, in my book, it's not worth giving those people your money. You might end up in a cult. Just because somebody was once stood next to Leonardo DiCaprio and might have a Russian oligarch sugar daddy doesn't mean that they are a good person to tell you how to live your life. Take all that shit with a pinch of salt, right? Nothing is real. Everything's a lie. Birds aren't real. Let me know your thoughts down below. Please post a goofy Instagram picture. I want to see it. Send them to me on Instagram. I'll share them. It'd be great. And buy my course on how to be a silly little guy. It's $1. Best dollar you've ever spent. I promise. If you did enjoy this video, give it a like, leave your thoughts down below. Maybe subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss future videos. If you just like hearing my voice or you happen to also be into gaming, I have a gaming channel at Little Duck Gaming. How many times can I say gaming in one sentence? So many. Actually, it was like 3, I think, but it sounded like a lot coming from my mouth hole. I don't know why I said mouth hole either. Come follow me over there. We have fun. I'm playing some retro games. I'm playing some new spooky horror games. It's all good stuff. Follow me over at Emma Thorne Backstage for more lifestyle vloggy stuff I'm about to record. Today, I'm going to finally open the rest of my latest PO Box mail so I can post a video over there. I recorded a PO Box mail video so long ago that I've just got another pile, so I might as well record opening that and post it all together. If you do like this channel and you want to support what I do here, you can become a channel member. You get comment priority and a cute little duck next to your name. You get some silly little emotes. The best way to support this channel is via the Patreon. With that, I must give a big old thank you and a shout out to my giant chickens and colossal quackers over on Patreon, especially Conla.
Você vai descobrir se eu tenho poder ou não depois.
Welcome back to the Papa Beat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in and sit on down because today we're talking about colds. Oh my. Now, let me ask you a question. What if you could catch a cold right before it popped off? A little hipster cold. Imagine seeing YouTube videos of Jim Jones before Jonestown happened if you caught him in his first couple followers. Or the same thing with Heaven's Gate being on a live stream on Facebook talking about aliens before they blew up. Or seeing L. Ron Hubbard joining a Zoom call conversation talking about Scientology. If you caught all of those things right before the big boom of these cults, what would you do? Would you be amazed? I know I would, and I am. Because today we are talking about a cult that I believe is right on the precipice of something happening. It is a new age cult called Profundity, It is a new age cult called Profundity Yours. Profundity Yours is a contemporary spiritual movement led by their ever so charismatic leader, Linda Good McGillis.
I look at the clouds and they seem strange. You know, some of them turn purple or blue, or that's how you can tell that they're cloud ships and that they're being cloaked by the clouds.
I love when my cult leader looks like some local tail down at the bowling alley. Sounds like she's been eating gravel for the past 20 years.
I drive a starship. Try driving a car in a human world when you're used to driving a starship that has everything in front of you.
Right down deep in her throat. You like that gravel?
Grand Rising, Grand Rising.
Yeah, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. She preaches New Age beliefs and practices aimed at personal transformation and spiritual awakening. She deals with trauma therapy, and her sessions can be upwards to $500 an hour. I'll tell you what, Nick, that's a professional. $500 an hour, it better be professional, my God. For 10 years, she's been giving advice from her YouTube channel and various Facebook groups. And of course, Facebook is the place where a new age cult for boomers would start. That's the only logical place where people would actually just be like, oh, well, let me hear you out. Well, why not, dude? Let me just hear what you have to say.
Groups are unhinged. I see one that says like Japanese singles looking for men and has like 100,000 people.
Hey, don't be scrolling through those members because you might find me there, all right? So far, this doesn't sound too bad, right? Just typical run-of-the-mill spirit guru social media person, sure. But if you just look a little deeper, you can see Linda's true power. She claims that in 2014, she was taken over by an alien and that she is a high-ranking commander in the Intergalactic Federation of the Worlds. No, I'm serious, that's what she says. Not only that, but she is self-described as the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. And that her divine mission is to guide humanity to a new spiritual era, similar to that of Jesus Christ. I love you, Linda. She also refers to herself as I am, whatever the hell that means. Will I am, Sam I am. I love green eggs and ham. Wait, today's video is sponsored by GamerSubs. Oh God, I'm tired, but I can't wait to be pepped up by one of my favorite energy drinks, GamerSubs. You just throw in a little bit of water, any delicious flavor, and we have our own flavor, raw meat, which is a cantaloupe watermelon delight. But one of my new favorite flavors is Queso's Nuclear Bomb Sickle, which has a surprisingly bomb pop taste. They have collectible anime waifu cups, so you can shake it out any way you want. And they have all of these wonderful flavors below. GamerSubs is keto-friendly, sugar-free, and goddamn if it isn't good. And there's caffeine-free options, just in case you want a little sweet tooth that night. You can use my promo code at checkout to get 10% off your order. So try all the little flavors you want. The discount's on me. So thank you so much, GamerSubs, for sponsoring the video, and back to the video. But this is just the tip of the iceberg, ladies and gentlemen, which we want to give a shout out now to a guy named Siren Warner, is the Cult Hunter on TikTok and YouTube. He did an amazing job compiling a lot of these ramblings into coherent craziness, because otherwise it's hours of footage of her basically just rambling. That's the best thing about Linda, is that she just does not let anybody else talk. The Siren Warner, or the Cult Hunter, has a lot of great footage. So for that, we thank you. And I just want to do a nice little list of perfectly normal and coherent things that she has said in some of her videos online. In one of her videos, she goes into great detail with her experience as a, quote, walk-in. Or it was late on the quotation. And how she is an alien inhabiting a human vessel.
How long have I been in Linda's vessel? I walked into this vessel April 25th, 2014.
That's what a walk-in is. Walk-in is not, Chinese takeout. It's alien coming in and you're the vessel. That's a walk-in, all right? Indoctrinating this random human vessel to navigate, to spread the good word, God damn it.
I love how like casual it sounds into, like the alien just does it with no effort. I just walk in.
Well, it's such a higher being that the alien's just like, it's a walk-in. Walk in, walk out. I could come out anytime, but Linda is the perfect catalyst. When I see this, I think we're getting the good word out with this vessel. Is that right, Linda?
This is Tesla technology.
You love that voice, don't you?
You can't be a galactic commander because look at your body.
Only 5 walk-ins have occurred throughout history, and 2 have short-circuited.
There's only 5 walk-ins that have occurred, and 2 of them have short-circuited. That's why there's very few actual walk-ins.
I don't know what that means. I think she means that they short-circuited, or maybe the aliens killed the people they were trying to inhabit, and only Linda's big frame was able to handle the power of the aliens.
So my question is she talking like all throughout human history?
I think so.
And is Jesus one of them?
Jesus could very well be one of the walk-ins, Nick. And I don't like that you're laughing about that. Have a little more respect. Profundity is not yours, my friend. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I'm kind of like the Joker.
And Linda's walk-in took 9 months to prepare the vessel. And the vessel wasn't aware of the upcoming walk-in, which she equates this walk-in to the assault that she had in her normal life, which, if you're not piecing this together, is maybe her dealing with a very traumatic thing that happened in her own life, and now she believes she's an intergalactic Jesus. perfectly normal way to process that stuff, in my opinion. She has also said that her voice changed and is the way it is now when the walk-in happened.
There was the start of preparing the vessel for the walk-in experience, and I'm aware of that. Did my voice change? Yes.
The journey is usually the part that you remember anyways.
It wasn't the decades of smoking, probably alcohol, screaming, whatever else that's happened. No, it's the alien. That's why she sounds like this.
You guys couldn't handle it if we took off these cloaks of skin and showed you disclosure.
She has a planetary consciousness with 12 great suns, 5 of which have been blown up. And in that moment, humanity was annihilated.
Lights. You guys would freak the shit out of each other. You guys would be driving around down the road and people see ghosts in wrecked cars.
Now you're probably wondering, Hunter, where the hell did that come from?
For me, I have a planetary consciousness of 12 great grand central suns, 5 of which have been blown up.
What? Are we going to elaborate any further? And I don't think we are. She believes that she can turn invisible because we are all blue beings.
See, I can disappear. Let me see if I can change the angle of this and show you guys what I mean. Can you see the blue outline here? You guys are blue beings.
I'm a blue being. 1/3 of the population has avatar bodies.
There's a third of the population that has avatar robot bodies.
This is one of my favorite quotes. She has a holographic computer in front of her and that she can speak with her fleet of ships. She throws the word holographic a lot. I always just think of like a giant like Buster Blader Yu-Gi-Oh trading card and she's just like, I'm gonna contact the fleet of ships and we're getting out of this motherfucker. You can't end these line of thoughts without mentioning that she says, the moon is an artificial construct.
Your guys' moon is an artificial construct.
Not real. Fake. That thing up there? Nah. It's just like the Truman Show. There's a theme of her bringing up Hollywood movies. Futuristic dystopian, like Dune. Truman Show? Dune. The exact same movie. Her videos, it's just hours and hours of these ramblings that are incoherent and just one little one-liners that kind of pop up every once in a while.
Only your Akashic records, because you were moved into not just a different broadband frequency, but you were taken through a wormhole that was not expected.
What? What the hell did you say? It sounds like the ramblings of a boomer astrology ketamine addict in the middle of nowhere in a trailer park somewhere in Texas. That's what the videos feel like. And in a weird way, it's a whiplash of fun. All right. My neck has never fully recovered from the amount of times I was just, snapping back to see exactly what the hell she was saying.
That's another good movie too, Whiplash.
Shout out to Whiplash, the movie. Can we try to spin that Whiplash is also a sci-fi somehow? But who would be so gullible for all this stuff? Apparently, quite a few people. In fact, she has enough old rich people paying for her sessions that she was able to buy $1 million compound and restaurant in the small Texas town of Marietta. To look at this woman and just be like, you are doing better off financially than I am, makes me so sad. Well, all this is just getting your vessel lined up. That's all I had to do. Fuck it, we're changing the channel. Papa Me will now be... It takes a while to get good branding. Her moving into the town, buying a compound, then buying a restaurant in town. It's almost in the middle of nowhere, not a huge population town. It reads a lot like the cult who moved into Oregon, made a compound, was following a leader, bought property in the town, and tried taking it over. It just feels a bit serendipitous, if you don't mind me. It just feels a little too close to not feel like a cult.
Of the people, for the people.
Get in there,
But
buddy.
the people
They started the
are
battle without us.
retarded.
Those of you that are not aware, there is a group of people that have been spreading that the Profundity Yours team is a cult and that I am brainwashing people.
You're checking all the boxes almost immediately. And what I love about Linda is she feels like she's persecuted, she's just like, people are trying to say that we're a cult. It's like you are doing everything in your power to convince everybody that you're a cult, Linda. Her ranch is called the Emerald City Sunlights Ranch, and that is where she and a dozen of her followers live full time. Yes, Some of the boomers did leave their computer from Facebook and go and move on the ranch. How? It's insane what desperate people will do. It's fucking insane. The compound is described as a community-focused environment where members engage in various spiritual practices, including meditation, energy healing, and other New Age rituals, aka old people fucking like crazy. New Age rituals, all that stuff, it's like a swingers thing. There's definitely fucking, sucking, grabbing, squeezing, all kinds of stuff, dude. Yeah, I'd have my plane ticket booked. But it's not just a small handful of loyal devotees. She has thousands of followers online, and Linda is preparing Emerald City for 144,000 refugees to come to town. Do I think that's going to happen? No. Do I think Linda think that's going to happen? Yeah. I do believe that. These people are looking for her guidance and seek her teachings. What exactly are some of the teachings that Linda can give you? We have something called light language, which is my favorite part of all of this.
Will activate solar codes within. More likely chaos.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
It makes me giddy almost. I want a Rosetta Stone DVD of light language immediately to be in my mail. This is a form of communication that she teaches her followers in order to communicate with higher spiritual beings. Also, not to be rude, if you just did an overlay of Jabba the Hutt over her face, you might not know the difference. This nonsensical language is used during her rituals and meditations and is said to be the only language before we put on our skin suits. Yikes. Yikes.
Serial killer shit.
That's some fucking definite serial killer stuff. She also teaches a process called diamondizing, which these processes, with looking at her in the 80s, I wonder if she was a smoke show, because these are all processes that I would say are hazing for strippers. All right, Rose, time to diamondize you. Get up on the pole. This is a way to control one's mind and achieve spiritual clarity. This involves eliminating negative thought patterns through diamondizing. One can align their thoughts and actions with higher spiritual purposes. One way to achieve this is to cut off ties with family members and others who are perceived as negative influences. Cults definitely don't have you separate entirely from your family structural system, because then you'd have to rely on the cult, and Linda wouldn't do that, right?
But I love them. I can't let go of it, Linda. The best piece of guidance I can give, let go.
It's the same people who are like, you're not praying enough. You're not getting what you want because you're not praying hard enough. It's that kind of deal.
A tactic too, where they're like, my family says this is a cult, and they're like, why remove them that negative energy?
Yeah, you don't need that. We're your family now. Don't you feel good around us? You need to turn out all those people. Boomers. So everyone they probably fucking know we're dead. Their parents are probably all dead anyways. Just give me your money and start talking to me in that funny language. Here's the DVD, Rosetta Stone DVD. Take that and put it in your DVD player. I just downloaded a whole bunch of Dave Matthews Band off LimeWire. There's...
Somebody, just team me up.
Hit the gas, pal. Time's almost up. Fight's almost finished.
Somebody, just team me up.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. You blew it, pal.
Spotify, Linda, just use Spotify. No, a higher being still uses LimeWire. She believes that this isolation is necessary for individuals to focus on their spiritual growth and to maintain the high vibrational frequencies required for diamondizing. This is some textbook cult stuff too, of very vague, random words thrown together that don't make a lot of sense and make you sound smarter than you are. And if you say anything with confidence, then people will most likely just believe you know what you're talking about, even though it's a string of words that when you it makes no sense at all.
Star Trek, dude.
That's what I'm saying. She's just like, next generation's my favorite. Picard could take me any way he wants it. You can't have a cult without some kind of prophecy of extending into a higher plane or having some kind of doomsday lurking over you. And Linda emphasizes the need for her followers to raise their vibrational frequencies to prepare for the, quote, shift. Linda has made several doomsday predictions, suggesting that major cataclysmic events such as pole shifts and solar flares are imminent. Ooh, this is a great quote. We're at the end of ages. Where all time and space continuum are being balanced and neutralized, so you can have a brand new beginning. And one of these prophecies was supposed to happen in 2023 during the spring solstice.
The spring equinox of 2023. Now, again, hear my words, people. Don't put your own interpretation to the information. When I speak of 2023 in the spring equinox, that is when we anchor fully all of the diamondizing into the grid. The grid will be diamondized by that.
But as you know, since you're watching the video right now with me in 2024, it didn't happen. The world is still here. Sorry, Linda.
Do you think she made that prophecy like 10 years ago when she first started.
No, I like to think Linda was like, in 6 weeks, the world is gonna end. I feel like she's probably that delusional.
Get in there,
Where people are
buddy.
like, you're
They
right.
started
She's like,
the
I know
battle
I'm
with
fucking
us.
right. I saw it when I was smoking crack. I mean, eating fentanyl. I mean, when I was meditating, I saw the world end right before my eyes. She emphasizes that only those who follow her teachings will be spiritually prepared to survive and ascend, which once again, classic cult mentality. Only people who follow me will be able to get on the ship and fly away from this planet. Little Heaven's Gate-ish. It's almost plagiarism by this point, is what it feels like. One of the ways she teaches you how to achieve ascension is through a thing called candle meditation. The meditation leads to the awakening. It lets us access 100% of our brains instead of the 3 to 5% that scientists say that's all we use. AKA, she watched Limitless with Bradley Cooper, and she was like, holy shit, I wish I had one of those fucking pills. To do so, all you need to do is get an open flame candle and place it at eye level and stare at it with a blank mind. I 100% believe she was smoking crack cocaine and she looked at a candle for an uninterrupted 33 minutes and she was like, I just saw God. This is a conscious exercise and it's not a trance. The difference is that in a trance, you're escaping, you're letting other thoughts come in. And this, as a conscious exercise, you are building yourself to remove every thought in your head and just focus on the candle. If you were able to do this for 33 minutes perfectly, it will stop the artificial intelligence inverted matrix from going on in your mind, and you will be able to unlock the potential to your full unconscious. Because right now your vessel is being plagued by other things. You got to block it out, and whenever you do that for 33 minutes, everything else disappears and your body, your true conscious, succumbs to finally taking care of itself. She was able to master this in 3.5 weeks. But this does 3 things for you, candle meditation. It unlocks your true psyche. It makes you stop bowing to the puppet master that's in your head. And in the video, she doesn't really touch on the other 2 things. It's kind of interesting. Actually, what ends up happening is the person she's talking to gets bored or something, and she just cuts her off. And she's like, okay, cool. Well, thank you so much, Linda. And she's like, I wasn't finished. And she just cuts her off, okay?
Different vibrational frequency of truth coming at you that goes against the information in your energy field that you're holding. And when you can let go... I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's very interesting. I've never heard that before.
So that's how it is. We don't really know the other 2 things, but just know that first one is very powerful. So maybe candle meditate, all right? She's taking self-help book stuff and sci-fi movies and combining them together. I mean, she references Ex Machina.
But because I can see that it doesn't have no life force energy, it's just like the movie Ex Machina.
I mean, she's basically touched on Limitless. It almost seems like her being an angel in this vessel reads just like Evangelion. And I think she also brings up Honey, I Shrunk the Kids at one point as well. She cannot stop talking about movies that she's seen and correlating it with the existence that she's trying to make for herself and her followers. In one of her videos, she explains the concept of energy out, energy returned.
John Paul, you're an asshole. I have just put out energy. And maybe I said it jokingly. Maybe he really was being a dick.
She goes into how we can deal with trauma by just moving on, and that things are out of our control because of things that our past selves have done. Nothing, you are in control of nothing. And if something bad happens to you, it's because you're letting that energy out. Did you get assaulted? Well, why didn't you put that energy out, you stupid bitch? Is pretty much what she's saying. And she goes as far to mock those people. And not only does she mock them, she has to one-up her own trauma over people, because no one can ever be as traumatized as Linda, our Christ alien savior. Sam I am, Will I am, green eggs and ham. In a video, there's even a woman who asks repeatedly, why have I been continuously assaulted in my life? Why has the universe given me that? And she responds by just victim blaming and just saying, well, you put out that energy and that's what you get.
Why have I been drugged in so many times? As within, so without. And nobody likes to understand what is known as karma.
But this is also a tactic of putting people down to where the only opportunity or only answer is to hold that over them, that Linda has all the answers, and that the only way that they can get out of this rut is by listening to her, aka that's grooming. It's grooming a cult member is what that is, ladies and gentlemen. That leads me to my next point. Is this a cult? Is it a new age cult out in the middle of nowhere in Texas? Or is it just a bunch of bored boomers coming together and talking about sex and aliens and all kinds of weird stuff under the guise of an old lot lizard with a gravelly voice? And to that I say, it's both. In a lot of ways, I think it's both. This is why I found it so fascinating and why I wanted to do this video, is that I do think it's both. I think that we are at the perfect precipice in this cult before anything truly awful happened. Yes, Linda somehow was able to garner $1 million to buy a ranch and a restaurant in this small town, but hopefully the only negative so far is people may have given some money, but nothing as bad as a Jonestown, nothing as bad as a Heaven's Gate. But it feels like we're right at that precipice. It feels like, who knows, if no one would have figured this out and it would have popped on the news one day, would it have been much worse? I feel that's what's so fascinating to me, is that nothing inherently bad has happened now, but it doesn't mean that it couldn't have happened. And that's the most horrifying part of all of this, is the power of Facebook boomers having too much time and needing a companionship, needing something to believe in. One of the biggest signs of a cult is getting desperate people looking for answers to follow you and give you their undivided devotion. Linda claims that people's lives reset infinitely, and that soon the end times are coming and only her teachings can save them. And one ex-member said that she was sent away to California to go find herself. She was a disease, a virus, a bad seed, and the whole reason why the ranch wasn't working. And there's been videos and documentation of all the members wearing green cloaks at some times, very reminiscent of the Heaven's Gate people were wearing the same clothes.
For those of you that are not aware, there's a group of people that have been spreading that the Profundity Yours team is a cult and that I am brainwashing people.
Linda says that she's the victim in these situations and that people are targeting her for no reason, but really she has done everything in her power to basically shout from the rooftops, hey, I'm starting a cult. Hey, Ma, I'm starting a cult, is what it feels like. And the most haunting part of all this is all of the reoccurring characters. Even as far back as their earliest uploads in 2021, there's still some of the same fixtures of like a dozen people back and forth, sitting in the same spots, talking about the same stuff, following her every word. And to me, that is just, it's horrifying. And even since then, the last upload was in 2023, kind of when TikTok was blowing her up, kind of when people were starting to make a bit of a ruckus, and now it's gone completely cold. Remember that restaurant I said that she bought? That was the only restaurant in that town. She controlled the entire social dynamic of that town by running it. And the locals, God-fearing Christians in this Bible Belt of a middle of nowhere Texas town, were hearing whispers of a cult leader owning the one business in their town, the one restaurant. So they kicked her out. She got kicked out. And now people have even said that she has been on the road since. I wouldn't say on the run. I just think she has been traveling. And the craziest thing too is that the people that were living on her ranch have been riding with her. It begs the question too, has this cult stopped? And I don't think it has. I think it's still going on right now, but is remaining in the shadows. We don't really know. Does it still have the reach it once had? No. But if there's still like some innocent people being affected by this thing, it's still a fucking horrifying tale. Even if it is as simple as Linda, who doesn't look the most threatening, right? I don't think this is the last time that we'll hear from Profanity Yours. It might not be this year, might not be next, but I feel like we are going to hear from them again at some point in the future. I have empathy for Linda. I have empathy for the people that joined her cult as well. People who join cults are not stupid. It is not stupid people. As much as some of the video footage may not help that perception, people who join cults are people who are basically suffering from some kind of traumatic experience. They're reaching out, and this is the first thing that kind of grabs a hold of them and they can believe in something. People who join cults are productive members of society. That's the only reason that cults work. Some people get help in their own ways. Sometimes you get a new friend group, and some people wind up in a fucking cult off Facebook. And as for Linda, my beautiful Jabba the Hutt sounding queen with her beautiful Rosetta Stone DVD language, I too think that she is just a person who has been through a lot of shit from both ends. She's been the person to hurt people, and she has been hurt before too. And I don't think there's any excuse that somebody can give that their trauma just lets them be the person that they want to be, or that they can like affect other people, manipulate people to give her money. I don't think any of that shit, but I think just on a human level, I feel bad for a person who has been so beaten down and so thrown through the gutters that she now believes that she is an alien super Christ living here on Earth who is speaking a made-up language. It's just a sad existence for a human being, and I feel sorry for that. But that being said, this new age cult, I don't know. Is this the end? I don't know. I have no idea. But I did find it fascinating. It's so weird what just a couple clips from Zoom can do. A couple people wearing some similar clothes, people making up a strange language to really, I don't know, send a shiver down your spine. At least it does for me. Cult stuff is just fucking creepy, man. Brainwashing, hive mind stuff, it's weird. So if you know any other cults that maybe I don't know about, let me know. I'm a little cult nut. I am going to sign up. I'm going to give all my money to Linda. I said, Linda, you can stay here with me. Linda, take your caravan of people. You can stay with me. Papa Meat will be Papa Profundity. But until next time, Profundity is yours. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey, Mama. Love. Salon. Aisha Koro. Tasi Sasan.
Be silent.
Do you need this? Are you sick of these? You want the other ones?
Hi, welcome back. My name is Marisol, and I am doing the collective reading for Leo season. Either Aries, I'm tapping into you, and there is some blockage in your throat chakra, or there is definitely something that you are inhaling that's causing you to cough, or perhaps there is something that is restricting you from speaking your truth. Ooh, something's blocking you. Let's try that together, okay? want you to take a moment and connect with me, Aries. Hold your dominant hand over your heart, non-dominant hand over the belly. Close your eyes and take a nice deep breath for 4 seconds. Hold your breath, okay? I'm surrounding you with loving light, and I'm sending you Reiki love and energy, allowing you to find clarity. Exhale whenever you're ready. Let's try it again. Inhale through your nose. Hold your breath for 4 counts. And I send you Reiki energy through the phone, through whatever you're watching, through this device. Bringing in clarity, pushing through any blocked energy you may have going on in your mind and your heart. Whew, that was good, that was good, that was good. Pulling that energy out, see yourself feeling lighter, feel yourself feeling brighter. Reverse the 2. Allow yourself to breathe this loving light into you, feeling lighter, feeling brighter, seeing clear eyes, new perspective. Sending you another symbol, works out to my highest and greatest good. All is well. Thank you so much, Aries, for watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of your guardian angels.
Oh, no.
My Reiki
Mike was on.
masters.
Unfortunately, I'm a
our
Gemini.
archangels. Thank you so much for showing up and for watching. Please click like, subscribe, and message me if you're interested in a private reading.
You know who Cody Ko is? Do you know anything about all this? You probably don't.
Probably not, yeah.
This is just some.
Who are they?
So
Big celebs?
He's going. So Cody Ko is a big YouTuber, and he's going through this massive cancellation because it turned out that he had slept with this. She's a popular YouTuber who's now like 26, and she's telling everyone how she slept with him when she was 17, and he was like 25 at the time.
Oh.
And like, and then we found out that there was another 17-year-old he's been f***ing, or not recently. He's married.
Oh, so he's being Me Too'd?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
So now it's trickling down to the YouTubers.
All right, so let's see what she says.
All right.
Yeah, it's just fucking gross. And like, it just makes me really
It
sad
also
because,
just
like,
wasn't like one time. Like I hooked up with Cody Ko so many times across the years that it's like, if I have to like, the thing is I don't have the old phone. Like I like want to go find my old phone or old whatever, like to gather more. What if I just went to my Twitter DMs with him to see if they still exist from when I was like literally a baby child? Let's see.
She got receipts.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Shut up.
All of it. I'm seeing scrolling.
Oh shit.
A lot of thumb movement.
How old was I on April 28th, 2015?
I don't know. Tana turns 21 was in
16.
2018.
He
At that time.
busted.
That's even worse.
That's
So that's when they started
dirty.
DMing.
Wow.
Actually, though, I'm not good at math like that.
Wait,
What
okay.
year were you born? 99? 98?
98. And that was what, 2015?
Yeah, how old was I on April 28th, 2015?
These poor girls.
All at 17.
Whoa.
Read the text. I want to hear
a
one.
lot.
Brother.
A 16-year-old?
That's a lot.
That's a lot of chatting with a 16-year-old as a fucking 25-year-old college graduate.
Yuck.
Holy shit, boy.
Oh no, you got to revise the lyrics.
You was just 16
years old.
It's like the sad part is it's like
That's
definitely an
another
abuse of power.
factor.
Yeah, that's
Like-
really fucking.
Ooh.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, I'm talking about like his vines, and he's responding about his vines. So that like can't be a pleasurable timeline.
Can you have you seen this?
Yeah, any of his defenders are like, 17 is not that bad. 16. 16. 25?
Is the age of consent.
16 and 25 is bananas.
That's gross.
That's bananas. That's bananas. So there that is. A little exciting news about Cody Ko, everybody.
On the internet, sometimes you have to get really creative to stand out from the crowd, which births some legends, like the great Tide Pod eaters of yesteryear, or the absolute champion, the brave soul who attempted the hot coil challenge where he put his forearm on a stovetop. And these ideas are always made with the intent of getting views and going viral. And today I learned about someone who tried a new tactic, derailing a train for YouTube views.
Charges have now been filed against a Lancaster County teen accused of intentionally causing this train derailment out in Bennett. The 17-year-old even sent this video to 1011 afterwards. You see there some of those cars veering off of the tracks. It happened at the crossing at Highway 43 back on April 22nd. A criminal complaint says that between the rail itself and the train engines and cars, about $350,000 worth of damage was done. That teen has now been charged with 2 felony counts of criminal mischief, but he is not in custody at the moment. Attorneys have filed a motion to move his case to county court and to try him as an adult.
A very interesting strategy here. This sounds like some kind of lame plot that Cobra Commander would have cooked up to lure out the G.I. Joe, except here it's just used for views. There's so many things to unpack here, but one thing I'm very curious about is where he planned to go from here. Like, let's say he did get a huge audience for derailing the train. Does he just keep amping up the stakes? Like, next video, he smuggles a bomb onto a plane. Follow-up video, he drops depth charges into the Suez Canal. Like, I don't know how you keep upping the mischief to keep the audience hooked here. It seems like this is a one-and-done thing, unless he was just going to be some kind of, like, serial train derailer, like the worst Saturday morning cartoon villain ever. So, who knows what the potential was behind this young lad's YouTube career, but he is being charged, and it looks like it's going to be very serious charges. $350,000 in damages, that's a lot of clams. He's gonna have to sell a lot of Hot Wheels and maybe even his Fortnite account to start trying to make up for that.
Of also pulling a rail switch, ultimately causing that derailment. The lead investigator says the accused 17-year-old walked up during the investigation and asked what happened, later telling the investigators it was, quote, obvious that the switch had been pulled, and then showed the investigator the video you're seeing now. Railway police believe that security cameras in the area showed the teen not only driving up to the scene, but also setting up a camera minutes before the derailment.
I guess I've never seen a real-life train derailment, which is maybe the purpose behind his video, to educate us on what they actually look like. Because in my head, I always picture it the way Hollywood portrays it, where when a train derails, it's going at like fucking Mach 5 speed, and even when the emergency brake is cranked, it doesn't really do anything to stop it, so then the cars just start shooting off the tracks in every which way as Linkin Park's What I've Done plays. But clearly that's not the case in reality. So the conductor attempted to make an emergency stop, but didn't have enough time to do so before reaching the point of no return, and then it collided with an empty coal car. And it's very lucky that there weren't more damages, because I imagine in a situation like that, it's pretty common for some of the cars to start like not flipping over, like they're not doing like a fucking kick flip or a pop shove it and falling off the tracks, but like tipping over and shit once they get off the tracks, and especially when they collide with something huge like an empty coal car. So it definitely sounds like it could have been a lot worse there, so it was lucky that it didn't get as bad. And speaking of lucky, you can get really lucky right now by getting Goof Juice. It's going to improve your luck stat because it's the best beverage ever made. It's the best flavor. My GamerSupps Goof Juice flavor is available right now. There's a huge sale. GamerSupps.gg/moist, or click the link in the description. Reading about it just makes the whole thing even stupider though, because the kid wanted to record it and share it on YouTube, so he hatched this nefarious scheme to go pull the lever after setting up a camera so he could film a train derailing, and then he stayed at the scene the entire time and was even the one who alerted authorities to the incident. So he approached the investigator asking what caused the crash, and the investigator said he didn't know, so the suspect allegedly said, obviously the switch was flipped the wrong way. And I can already just imagine, like, he's putting a pinky to his mouth like Dr. Evil. He then even showed investigators the video he took, but denied trespassing and tampering with the switch. I guess he was really hoping that absolute bumbling imbeciles would have shown up that would have chalked up his presence and video recording equipment as just being some kind of coincidence. Dude shows up with like a fucking full-blown studio here to record this, and he expected the authorities to be like, huh, that's weird. Who could have done this? Must have been the fucking goat man. Like, Jesus Christ. I guess he was really expecting, like, NPCs from Assassin's Creed to show up that just immediately de-aggro when you go into tall grass. Like, huh, must have been the wind. Probably wasn't this kid fucking filming everything here. So he was also spotted setting up his camera and tripod near the crossing 4 minutes before the train derailed. And then they also found a video of the derailment posted to their YouTube channel. So I mean, that was kind of a game point right there. That was kind of a checkmate. The 17-year-old's apparently a huge train enthusiast. That's what their YouTube account mainly dedicated to. And it's a big community on YouTube with like train videos, train spotting and all of that. But I don't think anyone's gone so far as to intentionally derail a train to stand out in the community. That's definitely breaking new ground there. I am shocked though how easy it was for him to do that. Like, I just always imagined there'd be like actual security parameters in place to prevent just any old fucking Joe Schmo from walking up and just cranking a lever to change a train track. But I guess in this case, there was a padlock that was supposed to be there that wasn't there. Or perhaps this rabbit hole goes deeper. I'm gonna put on the tinfoil hat here and blast your ass with a conspiracy theory. What if he wasn't working alone? What if there was an entire network here that set up this train derailment? What if it was the deep state using this 17-year-old to derail the train and cause havoc? Perhaps they were banking on even more damages with cars flipping over, maybe spilling some hazardous waste or something. So someone on the inside at the trail company, Jesus Christ, at the train company, they took the padlock away. They had a secret agent go in there, remove the padlock, and then the 17-year-old showed up and had free access to that lever and then to film it. And this is just the fall guy that we're looking at here. Food for thought. Something worth stewing on a bit. Now only time will tell as the investigation continues what the truth of the matter was, but most likely it was just someone fishing for YouTube views through a really degenerate viral video idea. Now, there is something I want to mention about trains. I may have never seen a train derail, but I have seen a train stop. That may not be some jaw-dropping feat or an achievement. I'm sure millions of other people have seen stopped trains before, but mine comes with a story. So there was a train track that ran right outside of my university when I was in college, and one night when going to a bar, the train had broken down, and it was stopped on that train track, and everyone at the bar would go and like climb on it and take pictures on it, and I wanted to be part of the crowd. So I did the same, and I took a picture in front of the train with my arms crossed. I'm pretty sure I pulled this up on stream at one point, but I used this as one of my Tinder profile pics for quite a long time. And it is perhaps one of the most revolting pictures you will ever find. It's so fucking stupid, it's so blurry, it looks like a picture of Sasquatch, and it is such a bad photo of me. It's when I still had like the mutton chops for a little while. God bless, what a fucking awful idea that was. But I looked like Wolverine if he got scurvy. So I was standing there in front of the train, arms crossed and like semi on my tippy toes, so I looked a little bigger in front of the train. And I unironically used that as my Tinder profile pic for quite a while. And I just had to share that here. I'm pretty sure I brought up that picture on stream, but I don't know if I ever told the full story to it. So seeing a train derail isn't really the same as seeing a train stopped and taking a picture in front of it, but both instances do involve a train. So felt the need to share. That's about it. See ya.
We ain't doing so good, pal. Time to roll up your sleeves. In case there's any confusion, get all the zone. Right back at him. Changing mags. Could use a medic.
Speaking of Elon Musk, we have that video of him?
Oh, yeah.
This is so, twisted. I mean, look. being a father or mother or parent is not the easiest thing in the world. Elon Musk seems to revel in how bad he is at it. And
hold on. Calling him a parent, like, you can be a father.
He's a breeder.
You can be a biological father.
He's tired. He's sired some children.
Right. He donated his DNA, and being a father is a little bit more than that.
But you have to be so twisted to go out and do this. Like, I can understand, I guess, like, you know, you have expectations of what your kids want to be, and, you know, being a parent is always about letting go about expectations of your kids, and not wanting them necessarily to be, you know, coming to this realization like they're not an extension of you. They're their own person, and, you know,
that's beautiful. Right.
Well, I mean, it's both. I mean, sometimes it's hard to let go of expectations, you know, or like, you know, you want your kid to be a great athlete, or you want your kid to be bookish, or you want them to be both. You want them to be better at certain things that you're bad at, and you want them to, you know, root for the Red Sox or whatever it is. But if you're like even a reasonably well-adjusted adult, if they don't become exactly what you want them to, you learn to live with it, and you love them throughout it. And regardless of those things, your inclination is to protect them. Not Elon Musk.
Trigger warning for some people: the entire time Elon Musk dead names his daughter. And also, like, admits to essentially, like, I'm going to, if I have to, I will bend the world to my vision of what my child should be. This is deranged stuff. Exactly.
I mean, well, it happened to one of my it happened to one of my older boys, where I was essentially tricked into signing documents for one of my older boys, Xavier. This was before I had really any understanding of what was going on, and we had COVID going on, and so there was a lot of confusion. You know, I was told, oh, Xavier might commit suicide if he.
That was a lie right from the outset. No reliable clinician ever believed that. There was never any evidence for that. And also, if there's a higher suicide rate, the reason is because of the underlying depression and anxiety, and not because of the gender dysphoria. And
Well,
every
I got to
goddamn
just step in here and just say, Peterson doesn't know what he's talking about.
What? He's a former doctor that got his credentials retracted by the governing board of Montreal. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, he is unlicensed quackery that he's talking about. And the data is absolutely clear on this as well.
And
I don't know if he examined Elon Musk's child. My guess is he probably didn't. I didn't realize he was talking to Peterson. And I only saw some of the clips of what Musk was saying, and I thought
assault them at your discretion.
Something horrible had happened to his child. I thought that this person he was talking about, like, had actually gone on to commit suicide. The way that he's talking about it is if this person is literally dead and something horrible happened to them, as opposed to, oh no, they happily transitioned and have decided that their father's incredibly toxic and they don't want him to live. I had no idea. I don't follow Elon Musk. But continue with this. It's amazing to hear him talk.
It's amazing, and also the fact that he is dead naming his child to the entire world shows how little he cares in earnest about his kids' mental health as he pretends to care about it.
Because of the underlying depression and anxiety, and not because of the gender dysphoria. And every goddamn clinician knows that too. And they're too cowardly to come out and say it. right? And so that, and then we end up in exactly, when I saw that lie start to propagate, it just made the hair on the back of my neck stand up. It's like, I see. So you're telling parents that unless they agree to this radical transformation that their children are going to die, and you think that's moral, and you think that's true. That is so pathological that it's almost incomprehensible. I can't imagine anything worse. I can't imagine the therapist doing anything worse than that, or sitting by idly and remaining silent while his colleagues are doing it. It's pathetic.
It's incredibly evil, and I agree with you that the people that have been promoting this should go to prison.
It won't stop till that happens.
Yeah.
It'll just go underground. There's all puberty blockers are being accessed online by kids all the time through non-medical channels. So yeah, it's not going to stop. Yeah. Okay, so I see. So that's.
So I was tricked into doing this, and it wasn't explained to me that puberty blockers are actually just sterilization drugs.
Capture zone secured.
Anyway,
Capture zone contested.
and so I lost my son essentially.
Hostiles on the scope in zone B.
They call it dead naming for a reason.
Yeah,
so the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead.
He paused
My
it.
son Xavier is.
Oh, that's you know what they also say. You know what they also say is deadbeat.
Engaging camo.
Like deadbeat dad.
Yeah, that's more and more people are saying it, folks.
Just a turn of phrase. Can we go back like 20 seconds? I want to
And that philosophy was being piped to Earth.
For a reason.
Yeah,
All right, so the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead. So my son Xavier is dead. Killed by the woke mind virus.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that is like.
Yeah.
Friendly's going for zone B.
Yeah.
But in reality, actually, his child is still alive.
Capture zone secured.
And his child just doesn't want to deal with him anymore because he's such an a-hole. And his child apparently is living a happy life. And if Elon Musk cared about that human being, regardless of whether it was a son or a daughter, but if he cared about that human being, he wouldn't have even he wouldn't be talking this way.
But his right-wing extremism comes through even there, outside of him being a deadbeat dad and a horrible person. The way he talks about, his daughter, but dead names her and calls her his son over and over again, and says that they are actually sterilization drugs. We know that Elon Musk traffics in natalism, which is associated with eugenics and these kinds of ideas about breeding the right kind of people to populate the earth. There's a reason he has so many children. It's because he is a deranged human being and a megalomaniac that thinks that because he's wealthy, he's in some way a genius that needs to populate the earth with his sperm. So not only is he hateful towards his child, he says that because he's furious that his child who was born with male genitalia is unable to continue to achieve his dream of continuing to populate the earth with his sperm. It's absolutely insanity. Although in theory she could have saved her sperm and still have a partner and have a life and have children with that genetic material. But that's how these right-wingers think about things. And so it's going to be fascinating because this is all of these weird tech vampires share this obsession. And Peter Thiel has, or not Peter Thiel, sorry, JD Vance, we played that clip yesterday of him going after Kamala Harris for not having kids herself, or biological kids herself. And I really hope that the freakazoids and this philosophy that it seems kind of obscure, but really in the end is just patriarchal and racist. I hope that those politics become a little bit more clear because they're a part of the Trump administration too. I mean, even the way he was putting forward his blondest grandchildren to show off how he was a grandfather at the RNC. There is this like weird racist eugenicist undertone to a lot of these right-wingers, and I think that'll creep a lot of people out if there's enough attention drawn to it.
Juniper J makes the point, Musk didn't understand the document he was signing. He's running SpaceX. I mean, it sort of is amazing on some level. Like, I don't even know if I believe that. I think that when you talk about COVID, you know, it's impacting people's brains. I think something went awry with this guy. Yeah, I don't think he's very bright, and I think something went awry, and there he is. He needs to blame something other than himself for his alienation from his child.
I think he's probably harassing some assistant when all these decisions were being made.
And you know what probably bugs him too is that he couldn't control her with money. Like, he's the richest guy on the planet, and she basically gave him the middle finger, despite the fact that she could make he could make her, you know, it's more than comfortable for the rest of her life.
Yep. Mama Feastalese says, I'm a trans woman and my mother put herself through a lot of introspective work to accept me because she values her children more than her ego. Elon Musk failed that same test. We have an old adage in the trans community that when you come out, people act like there's been a murder, of which you, the trans person, are both the victim and the perpetrator.
Yeah.
Imagine being a parent who actually lost a child and hearing someone say they're alive and well kid is dead to them just because they're trans. Elon is an absolute ghoul who does not deserve kids. People act like, you know, we let anybody have kids. We sure do.
I think it's a media failing too, and like we've tried to highlight, for instance, Dwayne Wade as a role model for how parents can deal with something when you're getting all this horrible messaging in the culture about like, what as a woman you can't say it, and actually it's a shame that we can't lead people to an actual, like Elon is a role model for so many men on this planet, and that's what he's modeling.
Wasn't there, didn't we have like a chart that showed that divorced men are the most likely cohort to support Trump?
Bradley's finding it.
I mean, who was it that the House House GOP Judiciary tweeted out? Like, was it was like Elon, Kanye, and Trump, was it? Like, like the most divorced guys in world history?
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.
So I've done this for 10 years, and it worked for 10 years, but this one night is the night I'm gonna realize, every other audience was wrong, and you're right. Maybe I'm not funny right now, but I don't think you're the one who's gonna derail this. I moved fucking 3,000 miles, gave up my life, toured the fucking Europe for 4 years, and for some reason right now, you think you're not funny, fuck off. Well, maybe you should accept this isn't the easiest fucking gig in the world. I'm in a fucking corridor.
Your mission is to secure the capture zone.
Thank you guys in the back. I'm in a fucking corridor. The lights are on. Everyone's here at work parties. It's hard. I'm trying. You don't like it? You fuck off. I'm fucking trying, lady. Stop swearing. It's comedy. If you want a clean comedy show, go to a clean comedy show. You don't get to dictate what happens. All right, the show will continue now with less energy than before. Here's my best joke, which you might not like. My friend Sarah, she calls herself a feminist, but she misappropriated the word. She was like, oh, you know, I would never convert to Islam. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I didn't ask. She was like, yeah, I'm like the opposite of a woman of burqa. I was like, no, you're not. I know what I mean, but you're not. Because if you were the opposite of a woman of burqa, you'd just be a naked man in a blindfold.
Friendly capturing zone
I've
A.
never met my mom. I don't know what she does for a living. And that makes it hard to enjoy a lap dance.
Zone is
I
ours.
couldn't afford it, but I wanted to have a 10-day vacation with my dad. It was 10 days, but no alone time at all. So by day 3 of the trip, I ended up having to try to wank off with my dad asleep in the hotel bed beside me. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was the whole time I was doing it, I would stare at my dad to make sure he didn't wake up. Well, this has been a party. Thank you for telling me how funny. That was really nice and supportive. I ended up having to try to wank off with my dad asleep in the hotel bed beside me. That wasn't the worst part. The worst part was the whole time I was doing it, I just stare at my dad to make sure he didn't wake up.
Operator. Secure all zones.
Well, this has been a party. Thank you for telling me how funny. That was really nice and supportive of you. I hope when you're having a hard day working, people are fucking assholes to you. And then you'll know how that felt. And when that happens, you'll think of me, and I can enjoy that. Most of you are great. Hopefully, I think you'll really like the next comment from not me. And, some room for improvement. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So yeah, I'm gonna go. You guys are not very nice, and I hope that sticks with you. Thank you. Goodbye.
How to be a gamer girl in 4 easy steps. 1. Choose a gender-neutral or masculine username for your online identity.
When you were little kids, right? When you were little kids, you used
responsible for the degradation of the modern-day gaming industry because you keep demanding better representation for women, even though you already have a diverse selection of skinny, scantily clad, and/or heavily sexualized white women to choose from.
whatchamacallit? Everyone remembers their parents, what they used to do to them when they were little kids. Right? When you were little kids, you used to do bad things. Remember when your parents used to do it? Right? My mom would be like, I'm gonna get the fucking belt, right? And when we were kids, we were always rebels, right? We always said, and we always like, I always tried to mock my mother. Like, I'm gonna get the fucking belt, and right? And she'd go get it and fucking jolt right away. I'm jolting. And when you were a kid, you always thought that you can outrun your parents. Too, wasn't that the fact too? But you quickly figured out that you could not outrun your parents. I saw him running faster than a black man with a stolen VCR, right? And she turns into a cowboy, and her belt is her whip. She's right away. This is where you give up. This is where you give up. So you start saying, I'm not gonna put the dog in the dryer again. I promise. She's dragging me off like chainsaw and my legs are back. Oh man, everyone knows what the parents do. Modern day kids. What the fuck you say? Hey, gay! No, seriously.
So you can't understand gay people?
No, I don't. That's just a dog. Because what makes you like, let's say you're a gay guy? What makes you say, oh, I just want to suck a cock? Seriously, what makes you get the whole cock?
I want to suck cock.
What? I'm signifying you're gay. You're not.
I don't know. You just said, how do you like to suck cock?
I'm saying if you were a guy, you have to pay attention to dumb fucking blonde. Oh my god.
Didn't we clarify during my stand-up that I'm not natural blonde?
Whatever, you're fucking blonde. It doesn't matter. It looks like you're blonde and dumbass. That's it. Blonde dumbass. Thank you for reminding me. I met a girl one time, and I asked her what her name was, and she said Dolphin. Okay. She said Dolphin. Wait, you said I met a girl? Look at my fucking dog said. You think I can meet a girl? Hey. always snapping, so throwing stools all over the place. I'm gonna leave. Thanks. Nice.
My God, that's dangerous, isn't it? For the radio, I mimed walking into a thing.
Allies.
Hello. When I chose my topic, I was under extreme stress. So I'm here to talk about why shoes are overrated. Yes, an essential thing that we all need. Great. But no, seriously, by the end of this, you're probably going to be throwing your shoes into the Thames. You'll be so convinced by my argument. Don't do that, guys. That would be really weird. Also, really inconsiderate to all of the animals that live in the river.
Allies taking Zone C.
I friended a fundamentalist Christian on Facebook. Because I wanted to fight. Now I'm ready to commit murder. Thanks for the laughs there. Now, she called me the Antichrist. And as soon as she said that, I wanted to kiss her stupid fucking lemon face. Because I have a viable method to promote world peace. Woo! I guess I'm the only one excited about that. All right. Well, check this Scheiße out. Okay. All right, here's how I know she's right. That I'm the Antichrist.
Zone compromised.
So, the Antichrist is supposed to come out of the brew. Nobody knows who they are. They have a viable message to promote world peace, and they're an atheist. Boom! Got all that shiesting down. All right. What else? What else?
Progress update.
My middle and last initials are A and C. Yeah, so I'm the Antichrist there. Yeah, you got freaked out. Oh yeah. Now then, why's the other reason I know that I'm the Antichrist? Because I scare every fucking rapist that ever tries to get his hands on me. Boom! Right! Stop possessed! I'm possessed! Stop trying to save my goddamn soul! It's like I told my Catholic husband. Infinite there is a hell. That is where I'm going. Stop trying to save my goddamn soul! I told my mother I deny the existence of the Holy Spirit. Shut her fat trap. Oh yeah. How come he doesn't work on fundamentalist Christians? Damn it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I'm a little emotional. 3 different dudes trying to rape me the last year and a half.
Oh my God.
Excuse me, sir. Telephone.
All right, let's keep it moving along. Your next comedian goes by the name of Wayne McCracken. 60 seconds uninterrupted for Wayne McCracken, live here on Kill Tony. Here he is. Make some noise for Wayne, everybody.
Oh, what's up, Texas? All right. A little bit about myself. I am not what you would call an educated person. That's right. Now, I don't think that means I'm retarded. Is the thing. Here's the thing. What is not retarded about me is the fact that I think evolution is real. Do we believe in evolution in this room? You think it's, no? You don't think it's a real thing? Here's what I'll say. I don't think it explains the human condition. I don't know how Homo sapiens somehow finagled their way to the top of the food chain when they're prone to things like scoliosis and sunburns. Seems a little off. But I will tell you this is how I know evolution is real. I've got one buddy, he was born with a vestigial tail, right? You know what his girlfriend calls it? The big one. That's not even the worst one. I have another friend that was recently diagnosed with super gonorrhea, a very unfortunate diagnosis. This poor asshole didn't just get the clap, he got a standing ovation. You know what I'm saying? Rawr.
Okay, Wayne McCracken absolutely flatlining up here.
Wow.
I mean, that was...
God damn.
That was about as bad as it gets, Wayne. That's about it.
So you know what sucks that I forgot about? I'm on stage looking at no laughter, so I'm also affected.
We are not used to that.
I feel bad.
We
I
worked
was like,
long and hard to never have that feeling. That's why I don't ever look them directly in the eyes when somebody's bombing that hard. I don't want to see what...
It hurt. It hurt me too.
No, it didn't. You're having literally the best time of your life right now.
Here's the thing.
I'm really not. I did too many drugs this afternoon. So.
You're blaming it on the drugs, huh?
It's my escape route.
Do you think that material would have gone differently if you did no drugs? Did you change your set list after doing the drugs? Or you think your delivery was affected?
All of the above. All of the above.
You changed your set list after doing drugs?
No, here's the real deal. I just got here from Colorado. I got in 36 hours ago. I'm operating on 8 hours of sleep. Once again, not an excuse.
We are all operating off of 8 hours of sleep, by the way.
That's an excellent point.
It's an incredible amount of sleep.
I didn't catch that.
I landed from Seattle, which is farther than Colorado, less than 36 hours ago, and I got less than 8 hours of sleep, and I'm up here for 2 hours.
I think that's why you're a professional, and I'm not.
Okay. You suck, Wayne. How long have you been doing stand-up comedy, Wayne?
Tony, I've been doing it for 4.5 years.
Oh my God. And that was your best minute that you could come up with here on the biggest platform for stand-up comedians in the world?
I knew I shouldn't have signed up. I'm not in the mood.
You're not in the mood?
You just went out in front of 1 million people.
This is unbelievable.
This is what I deserve, actually.
Wayne, we're running on limited time. Stop rambling into the microphone. Give us a redeeming quality about you. The entire room is against you right now. You're filled with nothing but excuses and punchline-less material. Give us something that we would like about you, Wayne McCracken. You have your entire life to reference here. How old are you?
32 years.
32 years of life story. This is your chance right now to turn this whole thing around. Tell us something interesting about you right now. Go.
I am a pedicabber. I was in Vegas where I would kidnap people and put them on my cab and extort them for money when I got off of them.
Here is the world's tiniest joke book that we've ever given out. This has been, in case of emergency, break glass. Look how small that is. Just for those of you that might not know, this is a normal size small joke book. That is that size joke book. It has a sad face on the back of it and a KT on the front. This is a medium-sized joke book. And this is a big-sized joke book. Red Band, we got the lighter reference. Very good. This is a big joke book. This is the size that you're getting. Wayne, may I recommend, what do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? You're a pedicabber professionally.
Yeah, I travel.
Have you ever had brain trauma or anything?
Yeah, when I was a kid, for sure, a lot.
What happened?
Football.
Sure. Okay, what was the drugs that you did earlier?
Skateboarding.
What was the drugs that you did earlier?
Weed, cocaine, and Voodoo Rangers, also known as the heroin of beers.
You did cocaine? Did you bring it from Colorado with you, or you got it on the streets here?
The closer you get to the border, the better it gets.
It's here now. Cocaine is here in Austin.
Right, but you got it here in the last 36 hours.
Yeah, I got
That's pretty cool. Oh, you're resourceful.
I know pedicabbers, yeah.
Okay. The world's smallest joke book. You're going to catch it? We're going to see if you can catch it. It would be the only thing that you've accomplished.
Might happen.
He used his chest, though.
Tony, I will try to do better next time.
You suck. There will be no next time, Wayne McCracken. He's blacklisted. It's been a long time since I've done it. You're blacklisted. Go. Back to obscurity you go. We have no room for people like this. The blacklisting is back on Kill Tony.
Wow.
Keenan McKenna. It's a good name. Keenan McKenna. Good handwriting. Rock solid. Keenan McKenna. Here he is, everybody. Keenan McKenna.
I'm with you.
Anybody else just
absolutely love guns?
Shooting, chaos.
Somebody, thank you. Well, cowards, I don't only love guns, I love gun violence. And where I'm gonna go with this might be a little bit uncomfortable, but I just wanna say, it's the violence that keeps meat on the table. It's the violence that protects my family. But it's the violence that keeps fucking up my niece's carpool rotation. And that's not funny. But there is. Anybody else just absolutely love guns? Somebody, thank you. Well, cowards, I don't only love guns, I love gun violence. And where I'm gonna go with this might be a little bit uncomfortable, but I just want to say, it's the violence that keeps meat on the table. It's the violence that protects my family. But it's the violence that keeps fucking up my niece's carpool rotation. And that's not funny. But there is a silver lining. For example, I don't have a niece anymore. What I do have is a solution. And we can fix this. We can fix this. Think about it. Why have there never been any shootings in a deaf school? Well, actually there has. You just never hear about it. Thank you.
Holy shit. Keenan McKenna. Oh my god. Literally being booed from the audience without any fucking... Wow. Okay. I don't know where to begin, dude. That sounded like a fucking manifesto.
Yeah, it sounded like a suicide note. I thought you were great. I don't want to be on his list.
You're the only person I'm not giving a gel blaster to after this. Jesus Christ. I love this band so much. All right, Johnny Derp, let's talk about it. Keenan McKenna, that's your first time doing stand-up, has to be, right? Okay. Where are you from? You're from Seattle, and you're just visiting Austin right now?
No, I moved here about a week ago. And I found out about Kill Tony about 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Yep, that sounds about right. Found out about 2 weeks ago, and you're like, I'm gonna go there and fucking...
Just bomb the fuck out of it, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, like bad choice of word.
Yeah, exactly.
So, do you think this is the last time you're gonna do stand-up, or you're gonna?
God, no.
Fuck. All right.
Wait, what was your question?
I was asking if it was the last time he was gonna do stand-up.
You're gonna keep doing this. Did it feel? Absolutely. It felt good for you up there?
No, not at all.
Right. What do you normally do? What do you? Tell us about the rest of your life. You're from Seattle, a very sad place. This is what people like from Seattle are like, by the way.
So I actually quit my job in July. I came down to Texas visiting people in August. I saw a show here at the Vulcan. Hans Kim opened.
And you went home and killed his fucking raccoon in it.
Yeah. I went, shoved a raccoon under his house, and fucking...
I found the one topic worse than service dogs beating each other, apparently.
All right, stop trying jokes. It's not worked so far, Keenan McKenna. Just stick with truths at this point. So something blah, 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 August, September. What are we getting at here?
Basically, I saw what I thought was the best stand-up show of my life.
Goddamn right. Uh-huh.
I'd never even heard of you before. I was blown away.
Absolutely. That's what happens until you hear of me. Then you hear of me, and then you see it, and then that happens. Okay, we've all been there. And then what?
Well, I came up with this... Well, I love to write, so I started writing, and my life was really just a tragic fucking comedy.
I think it's more of a tragic fucking tragedy.
Now, when you say you began writing, do you mean on bathroom walls with your own shit?
Yeah. He saw the part of the Joker movie where he just goes crazy. He's like, this is what I have to do. This is like that version of it.
This was like watching an origin story.
Yeah. It really is. So what was the job that you were doing before you decided to do this?
I was doing loans and stuff for a bank.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I would not have expected that answer.
Right. So you Lona. Okie dokie. Remember I Lona from earlier? Right now she's in the corner like, I've heard that so many times. Anyway. So you were doing loans and a bunch of people were telling you that you're funny at the loan office? They're like, you're hilarious, Keenan. You should fucking go do that. Go get out of here. Go do something.
Can I get that loan now?
The bar wasn't set high.
What?
I said the bar wasn't set high at the bank, believe it or not.
What? The fuck, dude? The bang. Is that Kid Rock lyrics? Bang, bang, bang. Jesus Christ Almighty. Fuck, Keenan. I'm trying to fucking make this work with you. What's something cool? What's a redeeming quality about you? Right now, everybody hates you in this room. Give us something.
I've gone blind off hallucinogenic mushrooms temporarily. I'm not, yeah.
Okay, don't fuck with D-Madness like that. D-Madness was the only one rooting for you for a second there. He's like, you think that's blind? Okay, so the most redeeming thing you've ever done in your life is you ate mushrooms?
And when I wasn't telling jokes then.
You're still not telling jokes, Keenan. You're still not. However, you might still be tripping a little bit. Okay, Keenan, what do you do for fun before I let you go?
I like to fish, camp, anything outdoors, really.
Okay.
That checks out.
I think that's a good place for you. I think outdoors is a good place for you. And I think we should start that process right now. Here's a little joke book for you. There he goes. No gel blaster for Keenan McKenna. My whole squad listens to me. Oh, the fucking gold digger from Westlake is sad about it. This fucking lady. You shut your fucking lip. Another chance. The bucket of destiny has spoken. Make some noise for Stephanie Robertson, everybody. Stephanie Robertson. So we make our smooth descent.
Thank you, yeah. How's everybody this Thanksgiving? Oh, you guys are honest. Good. That's nice. Yeah, mine sucked too. My parents pulled out the baby photos. You know how they do Against Your Will? And I was looking through my nursery album of my twin brother and I realized my mom themed our nursery after Noah's Ark. I like this part because I can tell who's read the Bible. You godless sons of bitches. What the fuck? Yeah, well, apparently my mom didn't know either. I don't know if you guys know this, but in the story, God floods the earth because of sinners like you. And he tells Noah to put these animals on a ship. I don't know if you guys know this, but those animals aren't a ship because they're family. Yeah, they're there to fuck each other. Yeah, and so I was like, Mom, what were you thinking putting my twin brother and I in a crib under these pretenses? Did I run out of time? It's a 0. I don't know. What am I looking? Am I still sorry? Oh, fuck me, you guys. Okay. Just go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, talk.
There was nothing that was good that was going to happen anyway. Nothing happened during the 60 seconds. That said 0 the whole time, which is how many punchlines you have.
Bogus. Yeah, I know. I fucked that up. I've never practiced a 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long you been doing stand-up?
2 years.
2 years.